Doing mooping. Mooping. So, in order to moop, step one, whenever you go to the bathroom, make sure to squat all the way down. You can rest your arms on your knees and then you evacuate. See, the reason for mooping is simple. By pooping in this way, reading your newspaper, you don't allow the innards to correctly sit. So the poop comes out more in this direction when it's wanting to come like this. And this kinking of the chain causes issues in the body. So step one is to squat for pooping. It's simple. Go home, squat on the ground, and get a bowl. And then poop in it. I just got punched in the stomach, so sorry guys. My friend just came and punched me right in the stomach. Yeah, I know it's what it sounds like, but no, I got punched in the stomach. My muscles are so strong though, I didn't move at all, really. I think. Anyway, so you can poop in a bowl, or you can go out in the woods, and you can poop in there. Let's be honest, because mooping should be easy and it should be functional, because it's about functioning. You can moop while reading a newspaper. Dude. Anyways. So, mooping step one, again, is to make sure you fully squat down and it will feel comfortable. It's natural. You won't have to force it. I don't need to teach you anything. All you do is just try to poop while standing up. If you stand up, if you stand up and while standing you try to poop, your legs will start to lower. Your knees will bend until you're a little bit like this. Okay, and then before you know it, you're gonna be like that. And then instead of stopping on a toilet and getting your newspaper, you instead will be in a forest. Some other tips for step one: if you do decide to use the forest technique, make sure on the other side of the tree that there isn't a couple people doing anything, or men with cameras. That kind of thing. So again, just to reiterate for everyone, make it easy. Mooping step one is to evacuate the bowels in a full squat. Now, step two of mooping. To get used to using the body in a correct manner, what you can do is you can do mooping squats. mooping squats. They're very simple. Basically, it's a 3-step program of step 2. You start standing, and then you will squat to about parallel, and then you'll go to the full squat. But while you're doing this, you'll be flexing your pooping muscles. Your mooping muscles. So, to do that, you want to imagine yourself, again, this is very natural, you want to imagine yourself I ran out of air. Anyways, so you want to first, mooping squats, there's 2 sets. So you're on over here, you're going to be holding in, and then over here, the alternate universe of you. I'll get a little bit deeper into what the alternative version of you would be like in a moment. But anyway, so over here, I can't believe I forgot. Anyways, over here, you want to be pushing it out. So it's very simple. Once again, it's very natural. So again, let's reiterate. Step 1 is just whenever it comes to the poop to time, when it's bathroom time, you want to just squat all the way down, like our ancestors used to do in the woods when they were running away from pterodactyls. And then for step 2, you want to do functional mooping squats. This is where you stand. This is step 1. Then you squat halfway down, and then you'll be all the way down. And the whole time, you'll be holding in a moop. And then on the opposite end, so you'll do a set of 10 here of holding in a moop, and then you'll do a set of 10 of trying to push it out. And I would recommend, as part of the mooping protocol, to for most of my beginners, I would say to start with the mooping squats before trying. I can't believe it. For balance, also for my beginners, a lot of people like to hold their arms out in front of them. And just like dotting the I's and crossing the T's, don't forget that newspaper. Now, we move on to step 3. Step 3 of mooping. Doing mooping. Here we go. I got a big old W here. That was actually a test, but if you want, you can just go ahead and... There you go. I think that sums it up. Anyways, for step 3 of mooping, call these moop walks. And once again, these are very, moop walks are functional. So just like our ancestors did, unfortunately, pterodactyls, sometimes I have this habit, if I can't breathe, I have to blow out all the carbon dioxide to better prepare me to draw pictures of pterodactyls. I hope you understand. But anyways, so here's when, just like our ancestors with pterodactyls, the pterodactyls, actually I don't know where they're at, but they have noses somewhere where they can smell things. And if they could smell the moop, if they could smell the moop, you were in danger of being eaten, because as you can see here, this pterodactyl is quite a bit larger. To be honest with you, this is it's pretty big too. Haven't you seen the movies? Notice how the pterodactyl is bigger than the tree. Anyways, so moop walks. To protect yourself from pterodactyls and to cover your scent, you would have to go through a functional moop walk. And what that is you would, every step you take, you would either hold in a moop or you would push it out. But because it was step by step, I don't know if you've ever seen a step. If you've ever seen an old person, or if you've ever been near an old person, within earshot, to be honest with you. If you're blind, have you ever smelled an old person? They are likely to take moop walks often. Moop walks is a very, very highly regarded tactic to relieve the anxieties of the elderly. The moop walk is basically for, you're going to have to switch it depending on what footed you are, right or left footed. But for every foot you put on the dirt, you are going to either push, and then when you put the other foot down, you're gonna hold. So you're either going to be pushing or holding. And because of long-term muscle imbalances, you want to make sure eventually you switch feet, because you want to be holding that other foot and then pushing the other one. You got to put your best foot forward, honestly, though. Moop walks are a little bit advanced, but I normally recommend mooping squats and mooping, and then moop walks, they can get a little bit complicated. You likely will be flatulating quite often. But the good news is, I be honest with you, I did this backwards. So what you want to do is you want to go for a moop walk. And then it's kind of like going to sleep. When you start feeling a little bit loose, you start squats, moop squats, and then eventually you will return. And I actually have one more visualization for you guys, if you could just bear with me for a second. You should still be able to hear me, but I just want to make sure I prepare this for you correctly, because it's honestly, there's nothing more important than visuals. Most people are visual learners, so I just want to make sure I get this down before I go any farther. Anyways, once you, I like to show this to my beginners to make sure they are aware of the size of the pterodactyls that they could potentially be dealing with. I just want you to know, you know, we could do this together. Unfortunately, I got kicked out. I got kicked off the table because of providing this, but you know, I wanted to make sure you guys were aware. That mooping is definitely possible, and I have done studies